Oh, hello there. I'm Mapledungeons, and you're watching some terrible, terrible Engineer gameplay, basically because it's the first time I've really played Engineer. But I'll get to that in a second. So I'm really into the whole structured PvP slash TPvP tournaments in Guild Wars 2, as you may be aware of based on the videos I've been putting out on my channel. I've been playing Guardian a lot and as my main for a while, but to get really good at this game, I think anyone really needs to know at least 2 or 3 classes well enough to play them. And personally, I really want to get to know every single class in order to be able to at least counter what they do. I don't want to just do this in a really shallow way, like just look at a few skills, know the very basics. I want to know each class pretty well. For this reason, I think I'm going to spend about a week or so with each and every single class. And the Guild Wars 2 content that I'm going to be putting out will go along with that. So you'll probably get, for each class, a general overview of the class and its strengths, weaknesses, its skills, its weapons, how to use it. And then probably a couple videos on different builds that are viable for the class, and anything else that I think is important for that class in particular. So I'm starting that process off by playing the Engineer class. The reason for this is pretty straightforward. The team I'm playing with a lot happens to need an Engineer player, so I am going to play Engineer alongside Guardian long term. And going into it, I'm thinking I really need to get a good damage build so I can put out the deeps in team fights and even 1v1 to a limited degree, and then have another build for full-on bunkering on points, because Engineers can have a crazy amount of knockback. I'm not going to get into that too much today, I'm just mentioning it, and that'll be in the next Engineer video. For now, I'd just like to emphasize that if you are a Guild Wars 2 player that is focusing heavily on the SPVP as I am, then what I suggest you do is you don't necessarily have to play all classes to the same level of depth that I am, but at least play them all once. Play them all, take a look at all the weapons for each class, just take a look at what you think the biggest skills could be. Even if you can just look on the forums if you want, but I find it's better to do it yourself. Take a look at the class yourself and see what those big ticket items are so you can dodge them or avoid them in some other way. You can use blinds, etc. And that'll make you a much better player in general. Unfortunately, there's only 5 character slots, so I probably am gonna have to spend something to unlock some more, but that's not necessary. You can just play a class for a couple hours and then delete it. Once you've played all the classes in the game, make sure to just go through all of them in your head and say which ones of these classes do I enjoy. Once you've done that, if it's just one class, then go ahead with that one class. If you enjoy more than one class, that's even better, and you can split your time between those classes and be able to flexibly change yourself depending on what your team needs. Anyway, that's all I have to talk about for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Over the next few days, there should be more Engineer content coming, as well as a new strategy video about the second map, which is Fire, and then more indie games coverage coming soon, including Torchlight 2, and a couple of other games that devs have actually asked me to play. I've been Mapledungeons, and I'll see you next time.